Hey, what up, tubers? It's your boy, the Visionary. Welcome to another episode, Fireside Chat Preludes. Two big stories that I think are important that I just saw in the news. One of them, a friend brought it to my attention. But the first story, which I thought was interesting because it was just random, the, what's his name? Dominique Strauss-Kahn, he was the former head of the IMF, International Monetary Fund, and he originally in 2011 got indicted for a rape scandal. And during the court case that presided over that, it turned out that the maid, I forgot her name, I think her last name was Diallo or something like that, she fudged some of the details of the rape, supposedly, and because of that, the court, basically the prosecutor had to drop the case somewhat. So, as part of that deal he made with her lawyer and the court, he basically did like a cash payout to her to, shut her up and stuff like that. I believe so. Now, because of this, I'm wondering, like, were my old assumptions about why he got caught up in the case were true. Because originally in an older video I put up, if y'all been paying attention, I said, you know what, I think he got caught up in a CIA scheme to ensnare him, basically to entrap him, because something was funny. I believe something was funny with the gold, because people don't know that he was originally over here because he was supposed to oversee a transaction between the IMF and the Federal Reserve, where they were supposed to transfer control of gold from the Federal Reserve to the IMF, and he saw something was wrong with that. He was about to report that, and then when he was about to report that, I believe the CIA was like, yo, we need to catch this dude, so they set him up. They said, yo, we need you to ensnare this dude, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And the rest of the story from there. So I'm a bit iffy on that, but I think it's interesting, check that out. Because I'm surprised they put that in news. Like, that's old news, and it's like, it's not really that important currently as, now, and it just makes me want to, like, dig deep into it later on. Second story, a friend brought this to my attention. I thought it was interesting. Actually, this is actually big news. The UN has passed legislation declaring that Palestine is now in a UN observer state. Now, what this basically means is that the Palestinian, the original conflict between the Palestinians and the Israelis, or more importantly, the reasons why Palestinians attack Israel in general is because of the fact that they continue to build settlements owned by Jews on Palestinian land that was cornered off and given to the Palestinians. Originally was their land, so whatever. So now the Israelis are, Israel is basically put in check now, because if for some reason the Israelis continue to build land on Palestinian land, build settlements, and the UN decides to step in, no one can stop them. Not the US, not Israel, not any other whatever country inside the UN, or the Power 7, the original 5 or 7. I forgot how many of the veto states are in there, but countries. So that's a big move. That's basically saying, Palestine, you have UN, you have UN status. That's like the first step before you become declared, collective inside the UN, basically. I'm honestly, to tell you, I'm shocked, because in my head I read this and I'm like, what? The UN? It's actually useful for something? Like, it can actually do something? It's not like not the redheaded stepchild of the U.S. and Israel and random interests. Like, you can actually do something independent of, these two separate interests. Like, really? Holy shit. And it says a lot. And part of the problem, originally when the conflict broke out for the first 8 days, was that, the U.S., alongside Israel, were filibustering legislation being passed, because the UN and most of the countries is like, yo, Israel, you're like going crazy. You need to fucking calm down, seriously. And they were trying to pass legislation. They was basically trying to declare, hey, you guys are committing war crimes. You need to back the fuck off. But yo, because I have no idea why the U.S. said we're gonna block these people and we're gonna allow them to do what the fuck they do, and they're just protect themselves. You need to understand that, yo, they're not protecting themselves. They're encroaching on fucking land. They're encroaching on these people land set aside by you, and you're allowing them to do this shit. You need to back the fuck off. You need to get out the way and let the UN do what they're supposed to do. Stop wars, unnecessary wars, basically, and come to a diplomatic conclusion. But whatever, yo. People got their own ambitions and agendas in the works. So, alright, that's it for now for Fireside Chat Preludes. Take care. I got another one coming up probably in a